Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. My name is Joe, and my co-presenter is Brianna, and we are very excited to share our new permitting and licensing system with you all. While we wait for everyone to join, we would like to give you a bit of context about this software change. The current system has been running since 1994 and is nearing the end of its usefulness. The new City of Boise permitting and licensing system will allow integration with e-plan review and other critical systems within the city, reducing duplication and improving transparency in the processing of applications. The new permitting and licensing system will modernize how the Planning and Development Services Department provides digital self-service options for citizens, including planning applications, building permits, and building inspections. I think everyone should have joined us now. So let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. My welcome and thank you for joining us for this demonstration of the new City of Boise permitting and licensing system powered by Excella. My name is Joe Boo Morsrow, and my co-presenter today is Brianna McNall. We are business process specialists with the City of Boise Planning and Development Services Department. Before we begin, we want to let you know about a couple of features that you can use for this webinar. You have access to a control panel that contains a tool for downloading the meeting handout or submitting questions. To submit the questions will be displayed to all attendees as they are answered. Any new information sent to the group will also display a flashing message notification. If you have technical difficulties, please let us know by submitting a question, and our project manager, Cheryl Bishop, will reply privately to assist you. This session is for users who frequently access building permits, planning applications, and reports in the current PDS online system. This will also be a specific demonstration for members of the media, neighborhood association representatives, and other government agencies. In this training session, we will be reviewing the new permitting and licensing system public portal and demonstrating how to look up record information, view and download reports, and create and manage user accounts. This new system will replace the previous PDS online public portal. It is already being used by the city clerk's office and Boise Fire Department. We will be demonstrating the system in a test environment, so there will be a difference in response time compared to what our citizens will normally experience. The layout and function of the system is a match to what will be available on August 18th, 2020. So this is the homepage for the City of Boise Permitting and Licensing, permits.cityofboise.org. From this page, citizens can create or log into their user accounts, access search tools, and view any publicly accessible records. Search by department can be accessed using the department icons in the center of the home page. However, additional search tools are available at the top of the page from anywhere within the permitting and licensing site. If you're looking for a specific address, application, or permit, you can use the global search near the top right of each page on the permitting and licensing site. The navigation bar at the top of the screen will allow you to access all pages within the system, including a search by department. We'll start in the Planning Department search to demonstrate the new search tools. If you're logged into the system, the department search page will include a list of your associated records for that department. The search tools will be listed below, but for anonymous or non-logged in users, the search will be displayed. Like the current PDS system, users can still search by application or permit number using the record number field. Parcel or address could also be used, but now there are several more search options available, including application type and a date range. By default, the system will search for records created in the last 3 months. However, users can specify a time range or simply remove the start date in order to search for records in the system. This would be the all records search. We will only cover permits and applications available in the electronic system, which means the earliest records that you can search for a date range from the mid-90s and the majority from the last decade. Any earlier records must be requested through the city's public records request process. To search a specific date range, use the calendar icon to set the start and end dates. You can navigate backwards a month, a year, or a decade at a time. In this case, we will look up how many accessory dwelling unit applications were submitted in December of last year. Going to select the record type and start the search at the bottom by clicking on the green search button. The results will be listed below the search button and can be sorted using the column headings at the top. To access a specific record, click on the record number. When you access a specific record, the first page that displays will be the record details page. At the top will be the record number, the type of application, and the status of the application. Below that is a list of record-specific information such as project location, description, the legal description of the associated parcel, and all the questions completed on the application. Any arrow or plus sign icons can be used to display additional information. At the bottom of the record details page is a button to print or view a summary of the record information. Once again, this will display all the record details. From the record details page, users can access the other information using the record info drop-down menu. Processing status is a new feature in the Excella system. It displays all possible tasks to be completed and provides users with a real-time view of progress. Documents are listed in the same drop-down menu. Users can view and download any documents associated with the project from this page. Depending on your internet browser and settings, the files may open immediately or save directly to your computer. Basic fee and payment information is also available. Clicking on the Payments drop-down and selecting Fees will display the list of fees charged on the record and the total amount paid. This information is also included on the record summary. Now that we've looked at an individual record, we will move on to the publicly accessible reports that allow citizens to look at larger data sets and trends. The navigation menu at the top of the page provides and includes a link to access public records. While the landing page for reports will look different from the current setup, the reports themselves should be familiar. Clicking on any one of these report links will bring you either directly into the report or to a secondary page to enter search parameters such as date or file type. As an example, let's look at the report created for the Idaho Business Review. This report is ran by date range and can be exported as a PDF document or Excel file. If we run the report, depending on your computer settings, once again, it may download a file or open up. Within the report, we'll notice all applicable records are listed. If you need context, many reports have a brief explanation at the bottom. You can also see in this report is gathering building, grading, sign, plumbing, electrical, and mechanical permits based on a minimum value. The reports will also provide links back to each listed report for additional research. So if I open up a link, it will take me into the site for the publicly accessed record. Some reports have different parameters. Let's look at the building permits issued report. The report needs not only a date range, but also a minimum project value. Most time ranges default to the last available month, but can be adjusted as needed. Once again, clicking on the green Run Report will generate the report. We're going to use this report to look for all building permits issued in July of 2020 with a project value of at least $25,000. Unlike the other report, which is intended for quick data export, the building permits issued report provides the user with significantly more data, but still includes the link back to each record for additional information. Once again, you can click on the link and it will open up the record. Next, we'll be talking about user accounts in the system. We'll start back at the Permitting and Licensing System homepage. Everything we have shown you today has been as an anonymous, non-logged in user. You can access most information without a user account. However, there are some functions within the system, such as accessing secure reports, submitting an application, using ePay, and scheduling inspections, which can only be completed by a logged in user. All current PDS online users will need to create a new permitting and licensing account. Once the account is in the system, your current account will not be automatically rolled over. Anyone can create a user account. Using the register for an account links on the site, as you can see that there are 3 of them on the homepage alone, one here at the top, one in the middle, and one below the login. Clicking on the register for an account link, users will have to review and accept the general disclaimer before creating an account. Click on the continue registration. Create a username and provide an email address. If either the username or email address are already associated with an account, the system will warn you that a different email or username must be used. If your email is already in use, you may already have an active account already. Remember that the City Clerk's Office and Boise Fire Department are already using the system. You can return to the home page and use the I've forgotten my password link below the login button to send a password reset email to the email registered with your account. Next, you'll create a password and use the help icon to see any password requirements to the right. Below, you'll notice a contact information section. Click Add My Contact Information. This information is used when applying for permits and licenses. Select the contact type that best fits your role and click Continue. If you do not know what contact type will be, or the one you'll be using, it's just best to select the applicant type. Fill out the contact form with your current contact information. Once complete, click Continue at the bottom. Click the I'm not a robot box at the bottom, and if prompted, answer the question it gives. When a green check mark appears next to the I'm not a robot question, click Continue Registration to submit your new user account. Although PDS will not start using the new permitting and licensing system until August 18th, 2020, you can create your user accounts now. Once our department moves over to the new system, we will work to reattach any existing records from PDS Online to your new user accounts. Simply visit permits.cityofboise.org to get started and create your new account. I highly recommend you download the handout on the meeting today to be able to navigate the link to create an account. And that is all we have for you today. Thank you all for attending. We will now take any questions. Our contact information is displayed on the screen. So please reach out to us with any questions within the next 2 weeks. We are going live on August 18th, 2020. And so Brianna or I are welcoming any questions. All questions are welcome as we transition towards the new system. We're excited to get started. I'm going to open up the questions menu to see if we have any, and it looks like we do. Okay, is there a way to edit or delete accounts? For an example, if the Idaho Business Review account was created by an employee, no longer IBR, and their email has been deleted by the newspaper, how can this IBR account be edited or deleted? It's a great question. I imagine, Brianna, you want to answer that?
Sorry, I was going to jump in, Joe. So as far as editing or removing accounts, we can, if the employee was maybe an IBR employee and was only using their account for their work with IBR, we would be able to we can disable user accounts in the system. However, the account does if the account is attached to that specific person and they are using it for other reasons, like maybe they're also a homeowner and occasionally does some of their own work or submitted a code compliance service request, what they can do after they leave IBR would be simply the email address can simply be updated and they can be disconnected from any permissions they've been given. Luckily, the only report we have for the IBR folks is out there and publicly accessible, so there aren't any other permissions they'd be granted. They could simply put their personal email address in and continue using their account as an individual public user rather than a representative of the Idaho Business Review team.
Once again, I'd like to remind everyone that there is a handout that can be accessed in this meeting that has helpful information as we move towards the go live date. We also want to let everyone know that the current PDS online system, the passwords for that will not carry over to the new system. So starting August 18th, you will have to create a new account. We welcome everybody to get in there today or as soon as possible to be able to set up their accounts. That way it's a smooth transition over to the new system. We are still going to be using ePlan Review with that system in conjunction. Cheryl has put in a link into the chat where you can view review updates and access the training videos that are going to be posted early sometime next week. And from that link, you are also able to create an account within that new system. And if you're wondering where to submit a question by chance, it can be found on the GoToWebinar taskbar, where you are able to submit a question and we will be here to answer those.
I did want to add a note. Any of our users who are watching us on a mobile device, if you tap the video interface, you should see a question mark icon. That is the spot where you can go to submit your questions through a mobile device if you are watching on a phone or a tablet.
As we move towards the go live date, and if you happen to have a question, you're welcome to either reach out to Brianna or I, or both of us, using the emails below listed in the current page. Well, it looks like the questions have ceased, and we will cut out the meeting a tad bit early if we do not see any within the next moment. We want to thank you all for joining us today. We really look forward to moving with you and working with you in the new permitting and licensing system, which is going to be live just shy under 2 weeks. August 18th, 2020, you can expect a new home for submitting all your building and planning applications, as well as the city clerk's licensing office with the Boise Police Fire Department. All right. Thank you all for joining us. And as a reminder, you're more than welcome to get a copy of the handout accessed on this meeting. And that handout will allow you to register for an account. Have a good one. Thank you.